Oh, finally, another Foodie Beauty grocery haul. I am very aware of her recent drama, and I feel like, imagine if you were in her position. Uh, you in her position, not her in her position. She definitely deserves a lot of ridicule for anything. But, it's gotta suck a little bit, the dookie thing and all. Alright, let's see what she bought. Turn up the speed here a little bit. Is there gonna be a cameo
Foodie
plug?
Beauties. Hey there, Beezers. All you have to do, hope to hear from you. I never get tired.
Let's see what we can see. Looks like a little Chevy down here, the gold thing. Can't tell, maybe another one. Toyota. A Ford right there on the street. That looks maybe like a old Sequoia. They just got all the same ass cars we do, huh?
Of the view from our bedroom window.
Cool! A normal couple would be having sex in front of that beautiful view, but not Foodie. Was that
Hi
too
guys,
much?
welcome back to another video. So, I'm a little hyper. I'm feeling a lot better today. I got some good sleep last night, and
She don't even sound hyper, and she's ahead. She's 25% faster than normal.
probably about 12 hours. So I'm feeling a lot better, and my sciatica.
12 hours? Oh, so she did a weigh-in, and she supposedly lost 10 pounds. So, it's pretty obvious her diabetes is basically uncontrolled. So, like, you go for a long time, quote, being pre-diabetic or diabetic. When you come, you can be on medication, this medication, that. You come to an inflection point is when you have to be put on daily insulin. That's the point, pretty much of no return. Once you're on insulin every day, you don't really go back. That means that your beta cells in your pancreas are gone, right? For whatever reason, you abuse them. Sometimes people have, they call it 1.5, diabetes 1.5, where you have some sort of immuno thing later in your life, and they attack your beta cells, right? But one of the symptoms that you get before you need to be on insulin is you lose weight. You lose a large amount of weight very rapidly because you go into what's called ketoacidosis, right? Your body basically starts to reject the sugar because there's no more insulin, and it starts creating all this ketones, and it creates so many ketones so fast that your blood becomes acidic, right? And you can die from that. Anyways, let us continue.
Is kind of in remission, whatever you call it. So I thought in this video I would just kind of tell you a bit about like
what's in remission.
So I'm feeling a lot better, and my sciatica is kind of in remission, whatever you call it.
So first of all, sciatica isn't a disease per se. It's pressure. Don't remember what vertebrae it is. It's pressure on your sciatic nerve, and you know this if you've dealt with sciatica. I get, quote, sciatica if I'm like working on my car or working in the garage or doing something where I'm bent over. I'm like 6 foot tall. I got a real big frame, so that's a lot of pressure on my lower back, and I'll get sciatic pain, and it travels down into your hip, and you feel it the most in your hip, right? If you've had it, it can happen for a lot of reasons, right? So her saying her sciatica is in remission seems a little silly. Most of the time, it's pressure or inflammation, and ibuprofen will help a lot.
So I thought in this video I would just kind of tell you a bit about like, how I've been eating to keep from binge eating, which I've been successful.
I'm going to do a lot of debunking because she says certain things and then tells you what she eats, and I've been in this sort of thing for a long time, and I can tell you mostly what the macro content of certain things are, just like basic shit, right? When she mentions it, and she seems to be confused, and she seems to have done zero research on anything. I don't even know, who knows. I assume that they have nutrition labels the same in Kuwait as they do here. I mean, I assume every civilized nation has that.
Binge free since coming home, and
we saw your last mukbang,
I'm
homie.
do a grocery haul to show you, a stock up on things that I plan on using to make healthy meals. So
See, the filters are so strong, and then there's a cut. It looks like her teeth are like melding. Actually, here, let me see. Maybe it's my fault. Let's play in a higher quality. I don't know how to get it to do that permanently.
So basically, I have done a lot of research in the past when it comes to recovering from binge eating disorder, and mainly I would watch videos. I read a couple of books. I read the Binge Code.
Man, she's
There's
hard to
Brain
look
Over
at.
Binge. There's different. Read the Binge Code. There's Brain Over Binge. There's different books out there and literature and videos of people who have overcome their binge. A lot of them have come up with a kind of food diary or food plan throughout the day, and a lot of it involves eating every few hours.
See, so she has absolutely no, just like basic understanding of how the human body works and your appetite. So, yeah, obviously, if you're a binge eater, you need to eat a lot of low calorie filling full foods, right, to keep your hunger impulses low. If I get up at 7 o'clock in the morning and eat something, my body is gonna prepare. The only thing resembling intelligence your body has is the ability to remember when something happened based on your circadian rhythm, right? So if you eat lunch at 12 o'clock every day, nonstop, always, you're gonna get a little hunger because your body will release, not your body, but your digestive system, your stomach will release ghrelin at the same time usually that you ate the day before. So that's why your body, it just adapts to whatever is happening. It adapts to do it as best as possible. That's how it works, right? So if you were constantly eating, you're going to be hungry, right?
So that you don't get that hunger creeping in where your mind starts going to those cravings and that that autopilot kick.
You can tell that she's just obsessed with food. She needs to get something to do to fill her day. I promise you, this woman would lose 100 pounds in like 2 months. That's not even an exaggeration. If she just, what was that? Oh, it's my air fryer. Y'all probably can't hear that, or maybe you can. If she just found something to stimulate herself, just look at that frame.
And you just want to eat everything in sight. So, and the key I found too.
That's because you're literally psychologically fingering yourself all day about food. If you're obsessed and you're sitting here talking about it, and everybody can recognize these sort of talk about things, meaning that you're not going to do anything. Nothing's going to change. We saw your last mukbang.
A lot of the time that I saw like similarities between these people in recovery was that a lot of them would eat very substantial little mini meals, so something that has a.
She doesn't at one point, I don't believe, I listened to this whole thing while I was in the sauna at the gym, and I don't think she one time mentions calories. She doesn't one point mention calories
Of every food group and so on and so forth. So what I'm trying to do is prepare meals, not skipping meals, but preparing meals that are satisfying, healthy, and have a bit of everything in them to satisfy
a bit of
every single
everything.
craving that will come up.
That's the fucking problem, foodie. And all you fat activist people out there, you don't have to deny yourself things, but every little craving you have doesn't have to be satisfied. You want a candy bar, and I'll tell you this is not about self-denial. Listen, I really want a Snickers bar right now, but I know that I don't have room for it in my calories today, because as a human being of approximately average intelligence, you should understand your body is just a giant biochemical reaction. It's the most complex biochemical reaction ever discovered in history. And you understand that based on your weight and activity level, the engine of your body, will use a certain amount of chemical energy to run itself throughout the day. You estimate that, nothing's ever perfect, and then you find out that, oh, I burn about 3,000 calories. If you're overweight, I'm 300 pounds. I'm overweight. Right, obese, whatever. I burn about 3,200 calories a day based on my activity level and my whatever, all that TDE calculator. I should be trying to eat at most 300 or 3,150. I should be trying at the very least to just slightly undercut what I eat every day. That's it. Has nothing to do with your cravings. I don't have calories for a Snickers today. I will say, you know what? I'll have that Snickers tomorrow. That's all you have to do, people. And the fat acceptance shit is blowing up right now because people are finally realizing that they're full of shit. It's like, yeah, I know you want every real craving I have to satisfy. No, you could just like tell yourself, I'll do it tomorrow. Or you know what? I'll eat a light lunch. And then after dinner, I'll have that Snickers bar. And then it's a treat, and then it's satisfying, and then you hit your calories right, and then boom,
try to
beautiful.
Trigger me into binge eating.
Trigger me.
As you're
Fuck you.
to see, things like for breakfast, like I know I always say I have like a love-hate relationship with eggs, but the truth is they do keep me full.
Eggs keep you full because they have a lot of protein, a lot of insoluble, no, just protein. The egg white is almost like, it's mostly protein, right? But the yolk has all of the nutrients to make a whole ass chicken, right? Think about it that way. That's good for your body. Eggs are good. Eggs are green.
Long enough anyway to get to lunch. So you're going to see things that I eat, and I'm not perfect yet. This is, very new
Nobody's
for
ever
me,
perfect.
and I'm trying to not diet.
You don't need to be perfect. You just need to do a little bit better and not go backwards. You don't have to do better every single day. You have to do better on Monday and not do any worse until the next Monday. And then that Monday, you can do a little better than the week before, or you can keep the same. It's all about building the muscle of willpower and of the confidence of being successful on this stuff. It's very simple.
Not adopt a restrictive diet, because that will just not last. Any diet.
You need to count your calories and eat less than the calories you need every day, or you will die. You will die from diabetes and obesity, Chantal. Like, yeah, you have to restrict your diet. You can't just eat whatever the fuck you want anymore.
Tried to do, I end up just binging double time. So I'm trying to make this
binging
like a
double time because you don't have anything to occupy your mind or your hands or anything. You have a house. This is exactly the same thing she does. She's got a house full of food. She just released a mukbang, which was probably from a couple of days ago. But, granted, she just put out a mukbang that was full of fried food and rice, right? Rice is fine. A little bit of fried food is okay. But the rice you get from a restaurant is soaked in oil. It's just full of added calories.
Lifestyle change. And right now I'm down to...
A lifestyle change doesn't entail you being weird about what you eat. It entails you finding something to occupy multiple hours of your day every day.
10 pounds so far. I will do another weigh-in in the future. But I'm also looking at non-scale victories. Just like not binge eating is like a huge thing for me. I can't tell you the amount of willpower.
Here's the thing. When you're at the place that this woman is, not binging is one thing, but if you binge, technically a binge is where you eat like 3 times the normal amount of calories, right? So if she needs 3,000 calories a day and she goes on a crazy binge and she drops 9,000 calories, that sounds like a lot. Even if you're like, to me, I'm like 9,000 calories, holy fuck. But like, you've seen my 600-pound life. Some of these people have to eat 15 to 20,000 calories a day to maintain their weight. Like, it's crazy. So say she puts down 9,000 calories. Yeah, that's a binge and that's terrible. But it's only marginally better if you eat 3,500 calories. Like, you have to find that level and just shoot just below it.
It takes to not give into a binge, and that for me makes me feel confident. It makes me wake up every day happier and more confident to start the day.
One weird thing about Chantal is she talks about things as if it's been perpetual. Like, she just barely got back to Kuwait. She wasn't in Canada that long. Every time she talks about, I haven't been binging this and that. She was saying that in Canada. She talks as if it's been, like, we saw the mukbang. That was a binge.
And go through another day binge free. So I want my channel to be meaningful to people who are going through similar things that I am. I don't want my channel to be negative anymore. I don't want it to be trivial. I don't want it to just
She
be,
does this
you
too.
know,
Every month
that
there's a
kind of thing. I
video
want
like
it to
this.
I want it, I want to go in the direction of something kind of meaningful and try my best, you know, to help people. And I have a long way to go. I know.
She didn't even mention calories yet. I don't think she does the whole time. I hate to be this way about some of these people who think diet culture this or that. Yeah, diets don't work. They don't. This gimmick, that gimmick, they don't work. They really don't. You just need to eat less calories than you burn. By 10, by 500, you just a little bit less than you need every day, and you can build on it. You and Dr. what the Hobbit that he but jokingly, I have a lot of Coach Greg. He says if you're gonna need to eat cookies, if you don't want to give up cookies for the rest of your life, then you just need to work cookies into your diet. I mean, it's different if you're diabetic. If you're not on insulin, you can handle that stuff, right? As long as you're in a deficit. But it's like if you don't want to stop eating McDonald's McChickens, well, you're just gonna have to work it into your diet. Like it's fine. Everybody, it's cool.
But, you know, I have to start somewhere. This is probably about the 500th restart I've done on my
500.
channel, but and I don't mean like
Jump
being a
cut.
super inspiration to people in the sense that, you know, I'm not very successful at what I'm trying to do. So one day in
You, Chantal, are literally 0% successful. 0% successful. Change your mindset.
I will be, but in the meantime, if you're a person going through these things, and if my videos can just even help you feel less lonely, because I find that, you know, eating disorders and issues with food are very lonely. And that doesn't help as well. So we can all be in this together. We can all support each other. And yeah, so that's my ultimate goal with everything. I just want to kind of mix that with some cooking, maybe some mukbangs of just what I'm eating and cooking and blah, blah, blah.
Blah, blah, blah.
Stuff like
Yeah, you know, if you're a professional vlogger, you always throw in a blah, blah, blah.
that. But yeah, so I'm feeling kind of hyper, as you can see.
No, we don't
All right,
see.
so let's get into just a few things that I like.
You sound
sample meals
hypoxic.
that I've eaten today that have kept me pretty satiated, I would say.
Let's
I
judge
find
this.
foods that have a lot of like mixing protein and fiber.
Protein,
is, like,
fiber.
You're gonna be full for a
Protein
long
and
time.
fiber.
So, you know, beans and whole wheat rice or stuff like that.
I mean, very, very little protein. Very little protein in that. Whole wheat rice is just carbs. Here's a thing. Fiber is carbs. It's just undigestible plant matter, like the cell walls of the plant. Beans are very high in carbohydrates compared to other things. It's not a lot of protein either, so not much there.
With like a piece of chicken, I'm still
Well, a piece of
full
chicken's
from
good.
my lunch, and
Why didn't you show it to us?
I'm still allowing
How many calories was your lunch?
myself another meal before I cut myself off and let my body just digest what I have for the day.
How many calories do you have left for your other meal?
Basically, I'm trying to eat within a window like the diabetic doctor here suggested. So, you know, eat breakfast in the morning when I get up pretty early.
Yeah, so if you want to do fasting, I do fasting. It literally, even if I'm not really particular, you know, because people put that along with keto and stuff. If I don't eat breakfast, if I stop eating at 7 or 8 o'clock and I don't eat breakfast and I don't eat until like 12 or 1 or something, I just feel a million times better. Some people don't want that or need that. It's great. It's fine, right? It's a tool for you to use personally if you like that. But I found it changed everything about how I eat. Right? It made everything so much easier. I feel very little hunger throughout the day, usually around noon, and then I'll eat it. I'll have, you know, 1,000, sometimes like a 1,500 calorie meal, and I try to shoot for about 2,500. I eat at 1. I'm full for 3 or 4 hours, right? Then when it comes to 5:30, when my wife's getting off and the kids are home now, right? I work until 12-ish, 11:30 or so. I got 1,000 calories to eat for dinner, and I'm in bed at 9 o'clock, 8:30, 9 o'clock. Lucky, so like my whole day is very easy. And fasting for 12 or 13 hours of that really, really helps me. It might not help you. Well, although the one surefire thing is you should really try to have eaten your last bit of food at least like 2 hours before you get in bed. Most people would say three or more, right? The longer since you've eaten, of course, it's hard to go to bed hungry, but if you can go to bed not hungry, but also having eaten 2 or more hours before, great tip there.
And then finish eating no later. He said no later than 8, but I'll probably eat around 7. So that's because I don't want to eat if I'm not like even
See,
a little
the reason that she's so hard to believe is because she does the squint thing and she looks off with the side on the side of her
bit
eyes.
hungry, And my
Squint,
lunch was
blink,
pretty
look
hefty.
off to the side.
But
Look
even
off to
that
the side,
is
looking away from the
eating
camera.
these well-rounded meals, 3 rounded meals a day.
Glance at the
I heard a
camera,
saying
look
once, it
away.
made me laugh. 3 square meals make round people, or something like that. I don't know. But eating these 3 square meals a day is still a huge improvement over what I would just binge out on at nighttime or whatever, So yeah, so that's my plan. So all in all, I'm
Jump
just focusing on being binge free, because that is the thing that has mostly been very detrimental.
You just
to my
mentioned
health,
you were
is
being
that
binge free.
overconsumption of multiple calories.
Yes. Number one thing that increases, as far as I'm aware of, I could be wrong, the number one thing that increases your risk of, quote, all-cause mortality when it comes to diet, it's not bacon, it's not this or that, it's overeating. Overeating is just about, there's so many physiological things that happen to your body when you overeat by a lot, right? Less so when you overeat less, but overeating is the worst thing you can do for yourself.
At once, probably thousands of calories at once. So, and in order to do that, my method is learning from the experience of others, and also doing what they do and eating.
I could teach you a lot, foodie, through experience. I love beer. I have recently gotten away from it. We'll call it a dry rest of life thing. But I eat well, but then I'll have 4 beers, and that's like 700 empty calories, right? Like, I'm a drinker, and were I able to control myself a little better, I would not have had so many extra empty calories, right? It doesn't matter how well you eat. It's the same as if you had, of course, alcohol is way worse for you than sugar or like soda pop or something, but it would be a similar equation when it comes to empty calories if you eat like potato chips and stuff,
Frequent meals throughout the day to avoid binges. So, all right, I'll show you what I ate now, and then I'll show you my grocery haul.
Let's see.
Okay, that can't be right. I'm gonna take it one more time.
Who knows?
That's
She
crazy
threw
loud.
that shit. She threw that shit when she heard about Poopgate.
Okay, wow, that is pretty low. The screen cracked a bit, but I don't know if that would make a difference. I guess I'll see as the day goes on. Which is weird because I've missed a bit of my medication, but I have been fasting.
I know 8.5
so that could be why. I've been fasting for like 14 hours. I don't know. We'll see.
She just said a bunch of small meals all day.
So
Don't
I
eat
started
strawberries.
off with this bowl of strawberries. I ate about half of them and put the rest in the refrigerator.
Okay, first of all, sugar first thing in the morning is bad. Eat blueberries or raspberries or blackberries, right? Low sugar berries and such. Watermelon's good because it's mostly water. Cantaloupe, it has a little more sugar in it. Honeydew. Melons, low-calorie berries. Strawberries have a lot of sugar in them.
I then had some cherry tomatoes with a bit of black pepper, 2 eggs with a cheese slice, and 1 pita. It was very good and satisfying
Drop the pita, have an extra egg. Boom.
for breakfast. I then made for lunch some baked
That chicken obviously has a glaze on it. Baked beans have a lot of sugar, and that looks like rice from a packet. Like, we got they're Coors or like Rice-A-Roni, that treat. But this is obviously fucking candied chicken right here. It's not just baked chicken. Jeez, man, and that's a pretty big amount of baked beans, full of sugar, and she says ketchup too, I think.
Chicken thighs that I seasoned and marinated the night
That's
before.
not just seasoned or
I had 2 of
marinated. Look
those
at it. It's
with the
covered
skin
in
removed,
crust.
and I had some spinach rice and some.
Here's a hint. Get your chicken, eat the skin, don't put anything else on it. Animal skin is really good for you. It has collagen. Ladies, if you're worried about your skin, you need to be getting as much collagen as you can, and you can get a good amount from chicken fat.
Baked
Chicken skin, my bad.
beans in tomato sauce.
All right, so this is my final meal of the evening. So I didn't really feel like,
What's in that tuna?
taking out pots and pans that I just cleaned and cooking again. So I
used
made
2
some
ginormous
tuna.
plates.
This is 1 tablespoon of light mayo, some dill flakes, pepper, and no salt because it's canned fish, which has so.
Mustard is literally just yellow salt.
1 pita
Come at
and
me.
a salad. I know it looks like a lot of dressing, but it is about 2 to 3 tablespoons. I'm gonna have to try to cut back. Normally I put like almost half the bottle.
So, well, if you don't measure it, you don't know what it is. First of all, foodie. That's the thing too. Measure. Plan. I love blue cheese dressing. It's like crazy high in calories, but I like a lot of it. So when I make a salad, I won't put any nuts. It'll be like lettuce, onion, usually red onion, tomato, and cucumber, and I'll put as much blue cheese as I want. And you know what? Maybe call it cheating a little bit. I don't count raw vegetables in my calories, but I'll count that dressing for sure.
Also 3 tablespoons might seem like a lot, but it's still not that much for me.
It's a 1.5 serving.
So cucumber, 1 green pepper, some tomatoes, lettuce, and a little sprinkle of cheese.
That's a lot of
and some French
What is
dressing.
this white shit here?
And I've been drinking
That
water
looks like a
the
feta.
whole day. Nothing else.
Yay! Drop the bread. Good meal.
Hi, baby girl.
That cat needs to get
you help me
groomed.
with
It
the
looks
groceries?
gross.
Yes.
All right, so here is the first load of groceries here, and we have another one coming in a few hours, but here we go. So I'm going to start at the front and then get up and show you the rest after. So we have like a bunch of salt because it was super cheap.
You live beside the ocean. You could literally go just get a pan of I mean, you literally could harvest just a small amount of salt from the ocean. You can do it. Like, whatever. Doubt me, whatever. You can do it. You got like 15 pounds of salt
So
there.
whenever something's on sale, we just stock up, and
Yeah.
So we have lots of cheese. This was also on sale. Shredded cheddar,
Love cheese.
shredded
Good
mozzarella,
cheese.
shredded
alright.
Cascaval cheese. I don't know how to describe
like
what
the
this
homie.
tastes like. It's a stretchy cheese, kind of like matzo, but it's really good. We have some cauliflower,
Good.
2 heads. Each head
Another little tip that I have is I buy a lot of frozen vegetables because I don't want them to go bad. And if it's me for lunch, I'm gonna eat whatever leftovers are in the fridge or whatever, because it's just me. It's hard to get the kids to eat a lot of like cauliflower. They like broccoli and cabbage actually.
was like 75 cents. That was so cheap. I'm gonna make a cauliflower carrot cheddar soup. It's gonna be so good. Some lettuce here, a few
Carrot.
heads. We have some
Lettuce,
Egyptian
sweet
sweet
taters.
potatoes, some carrots,
Oranges.
cucumbers. Look how nice this produce looks. 2 kilos of
That's
cucumber.
a lot of produce, and I highly doubt that they're gonna eat that all. I don't think. Salad don't pick. He doesn't. Dino Nuggies doesn't come across as the kind of dude who's gonna just be raw dogging some cucumbers with like salt or ranch sauce or something.
And we have some of these little condensed milk things that my husband likes in tea. So we have some smooth peanut butter,
Drop the
some
peanut butter.
tomatoes. These Cadbury cookies are not for me.
Here's the thing. I don't think she understands that peanut butter is not good for you. It's really not. If you're trying to gain weight, if you were a weightlifter and we were in the gym and you were like, yeah, man, I keep trying. I just can't get enough calories. I'd be like, you need to eat some peanut butter. Cadbury cookies. You can take this Cadbury cookies and not put it there. So you don't have to explain that it's not yours. You explaining us that it's not yours makes me think that it is yours.
I like these cheddar slices.
Burger.
In eggs or on ground beef.
That's good.
Which
That's
I forgot
great.
to mention. I have about 500 grams of
About
minced,
a pound.
Kuwaiti minced beef. Okay,
And no label on that. What else we got?
we have some nice looking tomatoes.
More tomato.
We have some nice looking tomatoes, oranges, navel oranges, tangerines. These are microwavable containers.
Duh.
Some white potatoes.
Although I do it too, but you should really try not to microwave your food in plastic.
Some frozen paratha, which is like an Indian bread. It's so good. Then we have these peppers. Look how
Wait,
amazing
with
these
the
are. They
bread.
smell delicious. Probably make stuffed peppers. This whole bag is the equivalent of $1 US. Can you imagine?
Look at all this stuff. And remember, this is all basically the same stuff you get in supermarkets here in the States.
Oh,
right.
yeah.
It's interesting. I tell my wife all the time, there is no different food. There's just different methods of preparation. And spices are regional, right? Spices used to be as good as money because you couldn't grow certain things certain places, right? Like saffron is extremely valuable.
So I'll put the price of this first load.
$86. Oh, 66 US. I mean, that seems, there's a lot of produce, man. You know, most of that's going to waste. You got 1 pound of meat. The cheese is fine. Watch out for cheese because milk literally has a register amount of mammalian opiates in it. And when you concentrate it into cheese, like cheese has like a 0.01% of a dose of like morphine worth of opiates in it or something. It's like a tiny, tiny amount, but it's enough to measure and register, right? That's why cheese sometimes is so hard to get past. I love cheese too. Its macronutrient profile is good. Unless you got no gallbladder, Chantel, and you need to eat as little fat as possible, right?
Somewhere around here, so you can have an idea in the exchange
There
as
goes the
well. I'll
dog.
try to do that. So yeah,
Another jump cut.
time to get cooking. And I'll be sure to do more cooking videos with
Which one of these couches do you think he was gonna bang Kai Bella on?
a lot of these ingredients. So anyways, that's the first batch. All right. I don't know wwhere I'm going to put all of this food, and this
Oh
is
my
my
God,
least favorite part
nice.
of doing groceries, is putting everything away and organizing it. All right, so this is not very organized at all, but we have some bread, some
Drop the bread.
pita bread.
Put the
which is
bread.
pretty staple around here.
Use all that lettuce and shit to wrap your stuff in. Get rid of the bread.
Most households in the Middle East. I have some whole durum wheat flour.
Here's the thing. Whole durum wheat flour spaghetti. Whole wheat shit isn't like healthier. It still has wheat in it. It just also has the garbage plant part that your ancestors learned how to, with no computer, no electricity, learned how to separate the husk and shit from the good part of the seed. That's why we all grew up on, it wasn't bleached or enriched, but it was ground away and separated. Like, they learned how to do that. It just has extra filler of fiber. When you buy a wheat thing, you're buying a thing with more fiber, a whole grain thing. It just has more fiber. It's more filling, and it has lower calories, but it still also has carbohydrates, right? The main part of the flour is still there when it's whole flour.
It's pretty dark, but whole wheat pasta is a lot healthier than the white
That's
stuff.
fine. Just literally, it's not healthier, really. It just is a different thing. Just drop the starches.
And we have 2 packs of halloumi. We have
halloumi?
some butter. I don't know why we just got deli butter.
What's
whatever.
halloumi? The
then
butter looks amazing.
We have a whole bunch of like cheese. This is Egyptian Istanbuli cheese. It's a soft cheese. It's really good.
It's good.
And this is domati cheese. Never had that one.
Looks the same.
So then here we have some Turkish labna.
What's labna?
Some lavin.
Oh,
which
it's
is
like mashed
milk drink,
potatoes,
yogurt
right? Or
drink,
something?
kind of. We have some olive oil.
That's okay, as long as you just drizzle
We
it.
have some salad dressing. French is my favorite.
French.
Some roasted strips.
Why do you have breaded chicken? not breaded chicken. Don't get breaded chicken.
You have to keep in mind, I don't live by myself, so a lot of like.
Yeah, then you know what you do? You tell that motherfucker, I'm on the verge of dying from diabetes and I'm morbidly obese. You can't be bringing candy and deep fried chicken into this house. Like, you tell him, are you not his wife? Are you not in charge of cooking? Damn, you tell him to get his head out of his hairy ass and be supportive of you. He wants to have some chicken strips. He can get his ass in the car and go get some.
Some, not a lot, but so some of these things are going to be for my husband, not only for me. And
Well,
these
we
are
know
one
that
of
those
them.
are for you. No, you're lying. We know you eat that shit.
We have
What's
2
that?
packs of frozen chicken
Frozen-
thighs. These are really good.
Good. Although remember that chicken thighs have a lot more fat in them than like chicken breasts. Chicken breasts are virtually just protein. They also don't have a lot of nutrients in chicken breasts, right? That's why you want to eat the darker types of meat. Like, well, she don't eat pork, but here, if you're not a Muslim or a Jewafu, you can eat pork, which is good for you.
We have some frozen French fries. We have some yogurts.
Great,
Vinegar,
great.
white vinegar. 6 bottles
Great.
of mixed berry juice.
Dump that shit in the
Lemons.
trash.
We have some
Lemon's
white
good.
onions and garlic.
Onions good. Garlic
Some
good.
cream, milk.
Oh,
You
yeah.
pack 4 packs of milk. Some bran bread. Some apples.
Trash. Apples are good.
Some chicken noodle soup, Maggi soup. It's a box
Gross.
of it.
Noodles. Get rid of
2
it.
things of frozen mixed vegetables.
Good deal.
Some onion powder. Some Parmesan cheese.
Onion. Wow. That's a big ass bag of onion powder. All she needs to do is dump the fucking noodles and wheat and bread out of this, and boom, she's there.
Can of mushrooms. Tuna.
Oh, I'm nervous about canned mushrooms. If you like it, leave it in the comment. I can't even do that shit. I ain't gonna read the comments anyways. Thank you though if you're listening.
Nutella.
Nutella! A fucking industrial sized vat of Nutella. Come on, woman.
Not for me. White fish.
Liar. Good.
Whole wheat flour.
The Nutella's not for her, but all the fucking noodles and flour is, and she fails to just understand the base concept that, Kat, you not hear me talking? She fails to understand that carbs are carbs. If it's white rice or a chocolate bar, they are metabolically the same. That's it. It doesn't matter. If it's a carbohydrate, a starch, or a sugar, it is metabolically the same. There's no difference.
Because I want to make my favorites.
So she does this thing where, oh, the Nutella's not for me. I got this bread and this pasta and this whole wheat flour. It was like, yeah, homie, but it's the same shit. It just because it's whole wheat doesn't mean it's healthy. It just means that it's got filler in it. You're actually ripping yourself off getting that garbage.
Pie, but with whole wheat crust. Olive oil crust. These, I don't know what they are. They're for my husband. Laundry
I don't know
detergent
what they
and
are.
fabric softener. 2 pineapples.
Pineapples are good. The acid in pineapples is supposed to be real good for you. Creamy mayonnaise, great. Mayonnaise, good. It's good.
Thing
No
of
carbs
mayo.
in that.
We have some yellow mustard. I love it.
Okay, bitch, turn that over and look at how much sodium is in that mustard before you sit here and make your tuna fish and say, I didn't add any salt to it. Look how much sodium is in mustard. My cat's named
We
Mustard.
have some chicken curry, noodles,
10
and
packs
some cabbage.
of ramen.
Yes.
That's a weird looking cabbage.
So the total for this one, I'll put it up there in different currencies, and then the total for everything for both.
Ooh. Oh, okay. Sorry. I see the Canadian dollars and I'm like, holy fuck. Yeah. 182. That seems pretty good. I mean, you got the milk, you got the frozen meat, you got lots of cheese, but that cheese looks fresh. I mean, I feel like here for 4 of us, we would struggle to eat all of that. Olive oil is fine. I only use it for lubricant, like in the pan. Tuna, good. I don't know about, I'm nervous about canned mushrooms. I really need to get some and just bite the bullet. Labna, I believe it's it's similar to like mashed potatoes, I think. I'm not sure about that. And then the other thing that she showed, I think it's like some form of tofu because it's got grill marks on it. There's not much in here that's bad. There isn't. This looks a lot like groceries I would get. Of course, you got like the 3-pack of vinegar. Get rid of the fucking juice, woman. You don't need that shit. You're not getting any real nutrition from grape juice or mixed berry juice. Just drink water. Or better yet, get you a bowl. And what's the little chingadere that you grind stuff up with? Fucking pestle. It's not really, it's different. Get one of those and mush up some blueberries and drop it in your water with a slice of lemon. Or a slice of cucumber. Cucumber water is great. You can do just a little bit to your water. You could juice a celery. You do celery juice. That's good for you. You could do so little with water to make it much more appetizing real fast. Okay, let's see the rest. It's almost over.
I'll put that here somewhere because I don't know what it is while I'm talking to you guys right now. If you hear my cat playing in the bags, that's her favorite part of groceries. So yeah, now comes the fun part.
Shit, is that a bag of French fries down there at the bottom? Let's go backwards. I just noticed that. Let's see.
For me?
Yeah,
And
look,
these are
fried
one of them.
chicken. I already.
We have some.
So I keep doing
We
it. I'm
have
so
2
done.
packs of frozen chicken
Yeah,
fries.
look at
These are
that.
really good.
Look at that.
We have some frozen French fries.
Okay, maybe I missed it because I was blabbing. All right. Well, thank you if you listened to me officially ramble on. I'm mostly right about this stuff. Dieting is very simple. Just get a little bit better. What are you eating? What is that? Oh. I hate you, Tom. My God. He's eating something he found. Gift card. I hope it was used already. Jeez.
We have some yogurts.
Oh, thank you. Goodbye.